what we do where we work, which is Children's Parliament, when we just want a really nice quiet room. So if you see any of us or actually if any of you have something that you want us all to be quiet about, all you have to do is put your hand up and we will listen to you, okay? So that's all you have to do for the quiet moments, all right? Or if we're all getting really enthusiastic and we want to do that, what will we do? We will just do ba-dum, and it will be quiet. Fantastic.
The describing word here. I need a describing word. Extraordinary.
Give me a photo. That's nothing.
3, 2, 1.
We are here to get your advice, your opinions, okay? All your ideas about a project called Streets Ahead Tranent. Now, I know that Ormiston isn't in Tranent. I know it's 3 miles outside of Tranent.
No, it's like close.
It's close. But how many of you actually go into Tranent? Put your hands up if you visited Tranent Town Centre. Everyone. I know you live in this beautiful place, Ormiston, but what we're going to think about today, as well as here, is Tranent Town Centre and your ideas for making it the most fantastic place where you would all want to go into. And why Lee and Richard are here is that we're not only going to think about your age being in Tranent and having a good time, and your mums and dads, your grannies, your baby brothers and sisters, but also how we could encourage wildlife to come and flourish there.
We're going to spend a wee while thinking partly about Tranent and where wildlife might like to live in Tranent, partly about Ormiston as well, because obviously you guys are from Ormiston, and we know Ormiston pretty well. So we're going to think maybe about what's good in Ormiston, what's good in Tranent, what's bad in Ormiston, what's bad in Tranent.
And lastly, next slide, we have squares. So the squares are the spaces in between all the blocks and the streets.
2 cars need to fit in. 2 cars. That, yeah, it's like the 2 streets. So we've got a statue, park, Astro, swimming pool. Don't know what's going there. That's just like it. Where'd the church go? Here. Oh.
So you're making a bigger house?
I'm trying a lot. I caught it.
And where about is it in here? Where would you live if you were in this space here? Where would you like to live?
I'm going to destroy my house. I would probably live in I've got a wee church in my wee bit, so the wee church is there. I thought the church was that. No, that's the square.
Look through the streets, is that a better way to do it? Can you imagine walking through those streets? This is so built up here, it's like old Edinburgh, isn't it?
This one, do you think that's a place where you can chill out here?
No.
Yeah, why not?
I think it's like a bit too enclosed and the roads are a bit too narrow.
And play around with them while you're reading.
Okay, so a reading place with mini bugs as well. We've got the perfect people to help us do that planning this afternoon.
Now, we've been talking this morning about urban planning and design and all that kind of thing, and talking about spaces in towns and buildings and all the rest of it. The reason myself and Lee are here is because we're going to kind of try and think about space in towns for wildlife.
And each table will have a pack of things they might use. You don't have to use everything that you're given. And as a group, I'd like you to make 1 nest per table. Okay, so you need to think carefully about the lining of it, how it's going to hold together, how sturdy is it going to be, how big is it going to be.
And these ones are very good, aren't they? The bendy twigs.
Just do that and then use this stuff, just over it and then under and out.
Just build it on here.
Yeah. Build it first. Build it. Wait, I've got it. Do it like that, and then quickly just do that.
How about, if you're looking for things to weave, how about I give you a little bit more grass?
Oh yeah.
Because that should be quite easy to bend in and out of each other, do you think?
Here's a big
So yeah, some nice long bits.
Yeah, it is like a weaving thing. But I'm just thinking they can't even do this. They can't even pick it up. Everything is beak. I mean, imagine that. They can only use their beak. How can they do it?
How can birds?
How can they do all this without actually picking anything up, without just squishing it all
How
soft?
can birds do it, but humans can't?
Yeah, we're not good at it, are we? Is this what we're going to discover, do you think?
If the mum wants the baby to practice when the baby gets older, they go beak to test. The baby can test taking this to get the beak stronger. To make the beak more stronger.
It's a thing for laying eggs. What they do is they poke it into the tree. We're going to be trying to get inside the head of some wildlife. So what we're going to be doing is you're going to be working in groups, and each group is going to have a particular animal, or in one case a plant, and you're going to try and think about, if you were that animal or plant, where would you like to live?
Or in your imagination, if you were designing a bat house, what would you paint on it?
I'd paint a bat and flowers so it can get attracted.
From our thing, we've planned a little place for the middle of Tranent where you could do your quiet reading.
Having listened to everything the rangers said, there was two things you said actually, Lee. One was we have to create the right conditions to get nature back in. And you said something else, which I wrote down earlier. It was bringing the wildlife in. And thinking back to what we were saying earlier about Tranent Town Centre, which is, there's the map of Tranent. Can we go to the next slide? Tranent Town Centre. What we're going to do this afternoon is we're going to do some drawings, and it's all going to be about how do we create the right conditions in Tranent Town Centre to bring nature back in.
I'm drawing a bee doing the wiggle dance. It's where there's the bees, they send out people to go look for flowers, and then when they come back they're shaking, they're spiking their bum, and then so that's how they communicate, and then that's how they know where all the flowers are.
I've got a picture of a hedgehog and people with their rubbish in the background. It's because that's what I saw a few weeks ago, and now I'm trying to draw it. Well, my board's about how to bring wildlife into the city by adding flower beds and flower pots. My board's about bunnies and other animals. It's because bunnies are very cute and fluffy. Well, my board's about different animals in a garden that are friendly to all animals, and different how they can all be in different habitats in the garden.
Is that the title? Nice.
And there's like trees for birds and hedgehog homes and ponds for fish. But rocks around the pond so hedgehogs don't fall into the pond. My board's about when I was on my bike and I was getting ready to go outside, and I heard a tweet out of a little pot, and then when I went in to see it, it was a bird's nest with some babies in it.
So my board is about a place where you can read a book as well, having fun going down water chutes, and there's also lots of wildlife, so birds, nests and burrows, and it is the ultimate place for having fun.
My board is about a reading dome that is made for children so they could go there and read, and there's lots of outside activities that they can do about their new books, and they can explore and all that.
This is the Tranent garden, and it's for families and children as well. I have 2 apple trees, a water fountain, some flowers, some birds, and a bench in the sun.
Well, my board's about bats and starlings rooting above all the bats in the sky, and the title of it's nighttime scenery, and well, I'm also doing like loads of different places for bats, like in different bits of like houses and back gardens and that.
My board is about a hedgehog on a fallen log with like all its food and all the other things that it might eat.
So basically it's about a story about a starling what I've made, and so it's like a routine, and it's eating what it likes to eat. So like what I've got here is I've got the starling what's been born, and then it's old enough to go eat its own food. It eats like chips, cake, bugs, ice cream and all that stuff. Well, starlings will eat anything, and like, well, mostly anything. So like a starling would eat chips just like kind of a seagull.
My board is the Tranent Garden Centre and Park. It's a place for animals and family to sit, watch their wildlife. And that's about it. It's like a mini pool. It's got a waterfall, and there's somebody sitting, lying down reading. And here are some wildlife. So there's a hedgehog, there's a rook, there's a starling.
My board is about a new place in Tranent that has lampposts for midges to come, so then bats can go and eat them. So I have got some bats underneath the clock and some midges around the lampposts, and I feel like this is one of my best sketches that I've ever done.
Certainly today you have been wonderful, and the bit of sunshine and being outside as well, and the focus that you've all given, and all your great answers and your suggestions and your ideas have all been brilliant. So thank you all very much for all your input.